I am Kai Smith. I am a certified trichologist. I am passionate about increasing public awareness as it pertains to hair loss and also increasing the knowledge and equipping the hairstylists so that they can identify hair loss. So with that said, I like to ask for you guys to go ahead and share this information on your platform because sharing is caring. Everybody desires to have healthy hair. Nobody wants to experience hair loss. So any nuggets that they can extract from these live broadcasts that I do twice a week, it is good stuff. So make sure that you share this information because some people may not be following me on social media, and I would love to have them follow me, and most of all, I would love for them to be able to extract whatever information they can get from my broadcast that will be helpful in their journey with healthy hair or with hair loss. So with that said, we're going to get ready to go ahead and jump right into content. So digestion and hair loss. Kai, why are we talking about digestion and hair loss? What in the world does digestion have to do with me growing healthy hair or me keeping hair on my head? What does that have to do with anything? And if you guys have been following me and you know my mantra, my philosophy or my beauty philosophy is beauty begins from within. So everything that I talk about is going to start within. No matter what it pertains to with beauty, health, and wellness, it's going to start within. I don't believe in addressing anything superficially, meaning I don't believe in just addressing things from an external perspective, because the external is just evidence of what's happening or a lack of what's happening on the inside of our bodies. So I believe in going in and extracting the root, and when we address the root, then we can get the results that we so desire to see on the outside. And so I felt that it was very important for me to come on and talk to you guys about digestion. I felt the need to come on and talk to you guys about digestion because a lot of us, when we think about digestion or not digesting properly or digestive issues, we think about heartburn, we think about flatulence, we think about burping, things like that, acid reflux. Those are the only things that we think about. The external look is what is happening on the inside. Yes. And so that's what we tend to relate digestion to. And that is by far digestion in and of itself. It entails so much more. So I just want to enlighten you a little bit. So come on in. You guys might want to take a little bit of notes on this one because this is something that is really going to affect you if you're not doing the right things. You're not going to get what you're looking for externally. And the whole process of digestion is just when you eat. When you eat, that's the mechanical piece of digestion. Digestion is in two parts, mechanical and chemical. And so when you eat and you're chewing, that is the mechanical processing of digestion. And sometimes we mess up in that piece because we're eating so fast, you're not breaking down the foods enough, and then you're swallowing them, and then you have a hard time breaking them down once you've swallowed them and they've gone down the esophagus. But that's not the part that I'm talking about. I'm more so speaking about the chemical process of digestion. And so digestion is basically the process in which the body is taking the food that you eat, and it is breaking it down into smaller molecular form so that the cells of the body can extract what's necessary and use it as fuel, use it as a source of energy to continue with the mitosis process. So mitosis is cell regeneration. It's when the cells split and you create more cells, new cells. And so if you have poor cell regeneration, then you're going to produce poor cells, and this continues to be something that goes on and it's cyclical. If you're not producing healthy cells, then you're going to continue to produce unhealthy cells, and then that's when you start becoming ill because you're not producing healthy cells because the cells are not being fed what's necessary. Well, what causes this, Kai? Well, good question. What causes this is basically that we need enzymes. Our body does create these enzymes, but after a while, when you are not continuing to replenish the body with the enzymes that's necessary for digestion, for the chemical piece of digestion to take place, the body starts becoming depleted of enzymes. And then that makes the body have to work harder in order to break down the foods. And then that's when you start having a problem with the chemical process of digestion. And that's when it leads to other digestive issues within the body. And then you start, you might start experiencing inflammation and different medical illnesses. So it's very important to understand the chemical process of digestion, not just the mechanical piece, because once we chew the food up, that is tantalizing to our taste buds. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the chemical piece that is actually necessary for you to have mitosis, for your cells to regenerate, for you to have healthy cells. And when I'm speaking, you guys, I'm not only speaking about your hair cells, because what I want you to understand is you cannot compartmentalize bodily cells. You can't compartmentalize hair cells from your digestive cells or from your heart cells. Cells are cells are cells. They're all one body, and your cells are affected equally when there's something going on in your body. And quite frankly, if there's something going on in your body knows fight or flight, and it will actually extract nutrients from your hair cells, and it will take it to other parts of the body where it's needed, because the body knows that the hair is not necessary for life. The body can sustain without hair. And so in order for your hair cells to be fed, the other cells of the body must be sufficient. And so it's very important that you understand the digestive process. And so enzymes are the workhorses of the body. Your enzymes are going to actually be the workhorses. They are going to do the work for you. The body naturally creates enzymes, but however, if you don't have a healthy diet, your body will start being depleted of enzymes. Well, where do enzymes come from? How do you get enzymes, Kai? The way you get enzymes is through your raw foods. Your raw foods, your fruits, your vegetables, your nuts, your grains. This is where you get your enzymes from. And if you do not have a diet that consists of at least 60% of that, your body is going to malfunction, and you're not going to have enough enzymes, and that's going to cause your body to work harder, and then your cells won't be fed the way they normally are supposed to be fed. And once you start having a malabsorption of nutrients because your cells aren't being fed, that's when illness starts taking place. That's when hair loss starts occurring. That's when your hair starts breaking down and your hair isn't being fed. And so because as Americans, we typically live fast-paced lives, and you can't seem to get the healthy foods into your body. We ride through the drive-through, or either we go into the inner aisles of the grocery store and we buy the things that are boxed, because a lot of us think that just because we're not going through the drive-through, you're not getting processed foods. Well, that is a myth. Processed foods is anything that is boxed. Anything that has a shelf life is a processed food. And processed foods do not contain enzymes. And so if your diet consists of mostly boxed foods or drive-through foods, then your body is probably depleting itself of enzymes. And your body starts having a hard time breaking down the foods that you eat. And then your body, when you start overworking your body like that, the body can extract the nutrients, first of all, because you're not eating nutrient-dense foods. And so over a period of time of doing this, your digestive system is off and your body isn't absorbing the nutrients that it needs. And so the most organic way for you to get the nutrients that your cells need is through your diet. Yes, we can supplement things, and I am a firm believer in supplementation. Why? Because our foods, our fruits and vegetables, are in a deficit minerally before we even pick them from the ground because of the soil. The soil is being depleted because of all of the environmental factors that it's up against, because they want to grow fruit and vegetables quicker, sooner, faster. So we're depleted with our minerals in our foods that grow. And so we're in a deficit already. So you're going to have to supplement some things in order to make sure your body is getting everything that it needs. So I like to say 60-40 rule. 60% of the time, make sure that you're doing everything that you need to do. So, or either 80% of the time, make sure you're doing everything you need to do so that your body can thrive. Your body needs to thrive. You need to make sure you're doing the right things more of the time than not in order for your body to thrive, because you only get one body. And we're so concerned with how we look externally, but the reason why there may be some issues going on externally is because you're not taking care of the body from the inside. And it's easy to overlook because you can't see what's happening internally. You can only see what's happening externally. So when we want to start getting geared up to get into action is when stuff starts going awry and it's showing up on the outside. And typically it gets the woman's attention when her hair starts coming out. And so if you have some nutrient or mineral deficiencies, there's a possibility it's because you don't have an adequate diet. Your diet should be comprised of proteins, complex carbs, and fats, good fats. And so if you're not eating a balanced diet, then there's a good chance, and if that diet doesn't consist of some raw foods where you can get the raw enzymes, because here's another little nugget that I want to give you. Anytime you cook your food, your vegetables, in excess of 118 degrees in Fahrenheit, you have killed all the enzymes in those vegetables. So a lot of us like to kill our vegetables before we like to eat them, or we like to season them to death before we eat them. But now basically you're just tantalizing the taste buds. You are satisfying your taste buds. You're not really satisfying the needs of your cells when you cook your food like that. And so yes, you steam very lightly. Your vegetables should still be crunchy. They should still be crunchy when you eat them. And so stop killing your vegetables and overcooking them, because you're really not getting any nutrients from that when you cook your food in excess of 118 degrees in Fahrenheit. So here's the bottom line. I get a lot of women that come in to see me, or a lot of women that I help virtually, that are experiencing hair loss. And some of their hair loss is just due to nutrient or mineral deficiencies. What I say to that is make sure your diet is balanced. You have to check the inside before you start trying to patch things together superficially. Because when you patch things together superficially, that is temporary. It's going to fall apart. It's like building a house made of straw. And that's not what we're trying to do. We're trying to build up on a healthy foundation. We want to build up on a healthy momentum. And whenever you start making changes with your body, what you need to do is at least give yourself a 3-month window before you start looking for change, because it takes 3 months for the body to catch up to what's currently happening. There's a 3-month lag at minimum, a 3-month lag, because it takes the body at least 3 months for the cells to regenerate. So if there's a negative momentum or if there's a positive momentum, you want to give at least 3 months before you start looking for change. So there's 3 months of consistency there before you can start seeing change. So you can't dibble and dabble in it. And if you want to heal your body from the inside, you're going to have to eat the foods necessary in order to do that. Because most women, for whatever reason, I don't know why we think this, we think that we can do whatever we want to the inside of our body, and then we're going to reap the benefit. We're going to grow good fruit. And unless you nurture the soil, there's not going to be a good harvest. Unless you nurture the soil, there's not going to be a good harvest. Meaning the harvest in this situation is good hair, skin, and nails. And it's definitely an extension of what's going on. It's the insides of your body is a barometer of your health. It's the window to the inside of your body of what's going on. And so there's definitely something going on with you if you have digestive issues. Do you know that the digestive process starts before you even eat food? The digestive process starts when you smell, when you inhale the food. The digestive process begins then. The digestive process begins then because your body knows that you've inhaled this through your nostrils, and the enzymes start preparing itself to get ready to break down the foods that you eat. Isn't God wonderful? Didn't he create a miraculous thing when he created our bodies? I mean, it's serious. So basically, the digestive process begins with the nose. When you inhale, when you smell, it entails the mouth, the esophagus, the liver, the pancreas, the small intestine, the large intestine. All of these things are a part of the digestive process. Every last one of those organs, except for the liver, has a gland that creates enzymes. And so if you're not replenishing your body with enzymes by what you're eating, You're doing yourself a disservice. You've got to get a healthier diet so that you can replenish your body with the enzymes, because this is huge, y'all. Because did you know that 70% of your immune system is in your gut? I just said something. 70% of your immune system is in your gut. What does that mean, Kai? What it means is, if your gut is not processing or functioning right, digesting right, then what you're doing is you're weakening your immunity. You're weakening your ability to fight off any type of diseases, any type of viruses, anything that comes against the body to attack it. You're weakening the defense mechanism of the body when your digestive system is off, when your gut flora is not in balance. You're weakening your immune system. And so it's huge. And this is why doctors will tell you, and especially a naturopathic doctor, they will tell you that all illnesses begin in the gut. All illnesses begin in the gut. And so you got to get that gut in check. You've got to get that gut in check. I got a lot of different live broadcasts that I'm going to be bringing to you, because I talk a lot just about hair loss in general, but I really want to educate you guys on how to create that healthy momentum within your body so that you can fight off hair loss, so that you can ward off hair loss. You need to really be able to build a healthy body. So I'm going to be sharing things with you to help you build that healthy momentum so that you can fight off hair loss. We talk a lot about what to do after you get hair loss, but let's talk something about what to do to prevent it, how we can establish a healthy lifestyle, how we can have healthy hair, and so it starts within the gut. So if you guys, maybe you're not eating a healthy diet, start little. Maybe you can start by juicing so that you can get those raw enzymes. For me, I don't like beets. It's some things that I don't like to eat like raw, like chewing it up. So, or cooked, chewing it up. So I get those things and I juice them and I mix it with the fruit. Now, hi Theo, thank you for joining me. Now, if you are a diabetic, there is a disclaimer. You need to stay within your glucose index. You don't want to exceed how much sugar you're supposed to intake. Even though these are complex carbs, you want to make sure you still stay within the realm, the guidelines that your doctor told you, because when you juice, it's sugar going straight to your bloodstream. So you want to make sure that you take precaution if you are a diabetic or borderline diabetic when you're juicing. Stick within the index that you're supposed to as far as how much sugar you can have per day. But that's one of my tricks. I juice a lot of the fruits and vegetables so that I can get it in. Being a hairstylist, working behind the chair, grinding all day, customers back to back to back, I have my juice or my smoothie jam-packed with enzymes, jam-packed with nutrients so that I can make sure I'm getting everything that I need. I get a lot of compliments on, oh, Kai, your hair is so healthy. I love your hair. It's so shiny. It's so this. But yeah, I take care of it externally, but I also take care of it internally, and that's where it starts. So we have to learn how to take care of the only place that we were given to live. We only have one body to live in, and we must learn how to be good stewards over it. At the end of the day, although I am a hair loss advocate, I am a trichologist, at the end of the day, it's not about your hair. Your hair is what leads you to me, but it's about your health. You have to be healthy. That's first and foremost. So I always focus on health and hair restoration, because if I can restore your health, then your hair is going to automatically be restored. That's going to be a given. That's going to automatically happen. And so I just want to encourage you to make sure that you are improving upon your diets. Even if you don't have time to cook every night, start trying to meal prep a couple of nights a week so that you can get those home cooked meals and you know what you're eating. You know you're getting some live enzymes, because you don't want to get to the place where you have leaky gut syndrome or Crohn's disease and things like that. And those are things that end up happening once you have had digestive issues for so long and they were persistent. These are things, you know, that you're going to have to take time out of your day to do. And if you have little ones, you want to start teaching them how to make wise choices when they eat. You want to start them off as little youngins learning how to eat right, because it's a mother, I tell you, when you start eating improper and you start getting health issues and you start fighting for your life because you were digging a grave with the tip of your fork because what's on the end of it wasn't giving you life, it was taking your life. Been there, done that. And so I'm just telling you guys from a place of experience where I had so much inflammation in my body that I had an autoimmune issue going on. And with that autoimmune issue going on, it was continuing to kill healthy cells in my body. And because of that, I actually I had to fast spiritually to get me prepared for that fight. I had to detox my body to get my body back in the position to be in homeostasis. So it's real. You guys don't want to be in that position. So I'm just giving you a bit of advice from someone who's experienced health issues. It's no joke when you think that your life is going to end. So whatever is at the tip of your fork, make sure it's giving you life and not digging a grave. And so I just wanted to come on and share that with you. Some things that you can do also is you can supplement with food enzymes, because the food enzymes, like I said, those are the workhorses. That's what's going to help you break down the foods that you eat. So you can supplement with food enzymes as well as eating a healthy diet. Don't take the food enzymes thinking that's the only thing that you have to do, because remember, the most organic way to feed your cells is through your diet. And so you can use the food enzymes to assist you with that, as well as taking probiotics. And probiotics is going to help to balance the gut flora so that you have a balance of good and bad bacteria. That way, that's going to help with immunity. And I wanted to come on here and just share this information with you guys, because I don't want you to think that it's just compartmentalized and I only talk about hair loss. I talk about everything that relates to beauty, health, and wellness as a whole. You can't compartmentalize it. Beauty, health, and wellness is a whole. And in order for you to grow good fruit, you have to take care of the inside and nurture the soil. And with that said, I'm going to end this broadcast. I thank you guys for joining me. I thank you for interacting with me and asking the questions and all of that good stuff. If you want more information on any of this stuff that I've shared with you, then you can inbox me if you have specific questions that maybe I didn't address. And Yolanda, I will come on Wednesday. You guys are hearing me say it now. I will come on Wednesday and I will talk about biotin and vitamins, okay? So thank you guys for joining me. So until we meet again, you guys be good to yourselves and you have a really, really good night. Thank you.